Hello and welcome to Did You Know Gaming Extra. Today we'll be talking about video game facts relating to religion. In order to avoid controversy, most publishers in the Western market try to avoid or minimize religious symbolism within their games. In some cases, religion can play a central role in the game's plot, and as time has moved forward, the strict attempts to keep religion out of games has been loosened. However, this doesn't mean that religion hasn't been rammed into games where it has no relevance. With Sonic R, one of the game's programmers decided to sneak in a piece of his Christian beliefs. The ichthys symbol, also known by many as the Jesus fish, is a symbol used by some Christians to show their faith, with its full name and meaning in English being Jesus Christ, Son of God, Savior. Practicing Christian John Burton, the lead programmer for Sonic R, hid this symbol on the resort island level on one of the track's huts. It's likely that this small Easter egg slipped by Sega before the game was sent out for publishing. As time goes on, many have opened up to the freedom of expression that comes with games and the themes that they choose to cover. This even includes satirical approaches to the subject, as seen with titles such as Fight of Gods. The game was designed as a joke, making use of gods in a standard fighting game genre. The game, which was put up for sale for only $8 in 2017, caused a commotion in Malaysia. The Malaysian government forced a countrywide block against the game's distribution service, Steam, making the Steam store inaccessible. In response to these extreme measures, the game's publisher, P-Cube, stated, "Fight of Gods is a video game that takes a humorous approach to religion in the same way that other entertainment formats have. This game is not promoting any religious agenda and is not designed to offend. We fully respect the choice of those who would not wish to play it. We are disappointed that such freedom of choice is not given to everyone, and in particular that the game has been forcibly removed from sale in Malaysia." Rajan Zed, a Nevada-based Hindu statesman, claimed that the game trivialized revered religious figures, that it was disrespectful, inappropriate, and could be disturbing to those of faith. He went on to say that highly revered religious figures are not meant to be reduced to just a character in a video game to be used in combat in a virtual battleground. Valve eventually blocked the game from sale and distribution in Malaysia, and Steam's ban was ultimately lifted. Fight of Gods isn't the only game where you can take on a real-world religious figure. In Dragon Quest VII for the original PlayStation, there's a battle where the player can literally fight God. The battle is optional and can be found in the game's first bonus dungeon. If the player manages to beat God in 20 turns or less, they receive a valuable reward. In the Nintendo 3DS remake of the game, this boss was ultimately renamed to the Almighty, likely to avoid any backlash from religious groups. And now it's time for this episode's random piece of trivia. Today we'll be talking about Marvel's Superheroes vs. Street Fighter for the arcade. The Japanese release of the game features an additional character known as Norimaru. This character is based on the Japanese comedian Noritake Kanashi. And because Kanashi isn't well known outside of Japan, he was kept exclusive to the region. Evidence shows that the character was intended to be in the English release at some point, however, as all of his dialogue had English translations in the code of the Western release. By looking through the game's data, it's also possible to find some pretty bizarre unused content surrounding the fighter as well. A hyper combo attack can be found which would have had Norimaru fantasizing about a Capcom character in a suggestive pose, followed by an aggressive nosebleed which can attack an enemy in the air. His fantasies include Chun-Li, Sakura, Cammy, Morrigan, Felicia, Anita, and Zangief. I mean, he is a hunk. Another attack which was left out of the game, including having its graphics removed altogether, was demoed in a Japanese promotional video. The attack would have seen the character sticking his fingers up his opponent's rear end, an action known as Kancho in Japan. Kancho is considered to be a game or trick that is played on school-aged children involving sticking your fingers up somebody's butt when they aren't looking. And if you want more Sonic facts, click one of the videos on screen. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like, share the video with all your friends, maybe leave a comment, consider subscribing, hit the bell, and tell your mum how much you love the show. Thanks for watching. Be careful of people trying to stick fingers up school kids' bums.